Hello, good to have you again on the program this day. And of course, it's the economy today on KAFTAN TV here in Abuja, the federal capital city. Well, as always, we want to talk about things that have to do with the economy as it affects everyone, especially the people referred to as the common man. And this day is not going to be a different day. It's still the same ball game. We want to talk and discuss. I've got someone with whom to discuss this day, and we'll hit it almost immediately and we'll start talking. But at the time, we'll still bring in some other things. But for right away, may I let you know that I am Okechukwu Onubogu. I want to say thank you for being there and being part of the program, The Economy Today. Right away too, I have got Enemali Gabriel. Enemali Gabriel is a producer of some sort, he is involved in the implementation and the production of certain products, edible products. That's why I have him here right away in the program. So we will discuss and share the things, what have to do with these edibles. Then we'll discuss concerning the general thing as it affects getting these things available. That is, I mean, the things that will enable them, the enabling factors available in the local setting to make sure that we have them. And so may I say welcome to Enemali Gabriel on the program today.
Thank you very much. I want to appreciate KAFTAN TV and viewers. I say good morning.
Yes. You are a manufacturer of a sort,
yeah,
a producer of some edible products. And I want to mention, oh well, no need even saying mention because all I know is that what you have on helps us understand what has to do with cashew products.
Yes.
You know, that is to say, you know, there are so many things about the cashew.
Absolutely.
We have the fruit, we have the nut, and we have the shell that I have seen some people use to work on roads.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about some of these things first, right? Tell us what you think about the economy today.
Well, the economy is not getting better. The day the president mentioned subsidy gone, we ran into trouble because he never took position to sit down and understand what exactly is around this subsidy. How is it going to affect the people at the rural community? I'm a community reporter and also a cashew farmer. Now, it has terribly affected us. Not only me, other farm produce are affected. Again, the president, goofed the day he said it's going to be state of emergency on food security instead of insecurity. Now, you will agree with me that today, before now, in fact, it's even getting worse because I'm a victim. The cows will not allow us to go to farm. You plant your maize, you plant your sorghum, you plant your yam, you plant your cassava, cows will get in. I'm just coming back from the village. Now, it will interest you to know that the level of hunger that is about to happen to Nigeria is going to be unprecedented. You know why? People can no longer go to farm. Then number two, the moment he said subsidy gone, the only thing that the human being, enjoys in the rural community is just fuel. But today, there is no access road to the farm. You go to the farm, you see people abandoning their farm produce on the farm because they cannot afford to bring them to the market. It is affecting all, whether food crop or cash crops, all of that. Now, the government, I'm sorry, this is my own opinion because I'm in the rural people. The government had deliberately abandoned the people at the rural community, and that is the simple truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks that way. That is what it looks like.
It's not about. This is the reality on the ground right now.
For all those who are in the rural area.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, when you met all these things you said, you didn't mention anything that has to do with dollar. Just a minute. Just a minute. Why I'm saying so is, most of the time, products are brought from the villages into the cities And before you say anything, they'll tell you the dollar, the naira has gone to, the cost of the dollar to the naira has gone to, some people will be asking, what has dollar got to do with the local products that we have in our country?
I deliberately refuse to talk about dollar because I'm a Nigerian and the official currency is naira. I'm coming from the rural community. What we use there is naira.
Yes.
The problem is that the economists, those who claim to know, who have traveled or gone to Harvard, don't understand our economy. Simple. Now, where we are supposed to be producing, we are always importing. So importing means that you exchange for dollar. So they use that to bamboozle us. Sir, our economy's problem has nothing to do with dollar. That is the truth. Before this government, they were government. Before the last government, they were government. So how suddenly every preaching and gospel now is dollar, dollar, dollar? Sir, the problem is that those who are in charge, I'll give you an example. I'm into cashew production, right? Cashew is divided into 3 products. You have the cashew fruit, the cashew economic benefit, the health benefit, and of course, the weather and climate mitigation benefit that attracts carbon credit. Has the Minister of Environment or Minister of Agriculture tried to attract all of this? The answer is no. So, sir, all of this dollarization is just another way to distract the common man on the streets because they think we don't know. We all know. I'm a farmer. I'm interested in being on the farm. Why would you come and tell me that I should go and buy fuel for 750? Because once you leave the city into the village, you no longer buy fuel for 690 or 700 because you can go to a place, you buy it for 1,000 per liter. Now all of this is the multiplier effect is so negative on the farmer, and that is why in other climes you hear farmers are rich, but in our own part of the world here farmers are poor. My anger is that all of these people that are doing all of this to the farmers are from also rural community. Sir, go to Zuba or Gwagwalada, go and stand there. Every Thursday and Friday, what you see moving to the rural community is cops. That same community you refuse to fix while you are in the city now is now a graveyard. Have you also noticed that it is the rural community that is the backbone of the city? Now the city will abandon the rural community. They will make policies that are terrible against the people that has no human face. So these are some of the challenges we are facing. Dollar, we should drop dollar. We are not, our currency is not dollar. The problem on the ground has nothing to do with dollar. Our naira is weak. Those who are in charge, CBN and economists and whosoever went to Harvard because you want to go and know something and come back, please get the right people to do the right thing so that we can have the right results. Enough of all this effective English in Nigeria.
Enough of all these effective English
yes.
in Nigeria. Would, thank you so much, because this is the first time I'm getting to find a bit of the answer to that, because each time it's the dollar that everybody looks at and talks with and discusses, and as a result the dollar becomes the problem. But from what you're saying today, what we're just gathering from you, there is a way out. It's just that in whose hands these things that are referred to as solutions are, handle them.
It's not even about preparation. They don't know it.
Okay.
Sir, they tell you they have PhD. They are all copy and paste PhD. Let them come to the village and see what the problem is. I don't need anybody to tell me I should go and get PhD before I know the problem in my rural community. Okay. Right? Today, as I speak with you, cashew has 42 products. We have never talked about it. We only know about the shell nut. You just mentioned only 3. Yeah. From that shell nut, now let me tell you what you get from the shell nut. 1, you get jet oil. 2, you get anti-rust. 3, you get your paint, shoe polish, your brake fluid, and your hydraulic, and so on and so forth. And that is the most expensive part of cashew. The most, you can Google it. We produce it locally, but we have been advocating, support the rural industry, support the rural community, but they will never come. Because they are always, we don't even exactly know what exactly is wrong with our people. You will take the sample, they will tell you do this, do that, you will do it, the next thing, come and get some funding, they will tell you go and bring your great-grandfather head as collateral that you don't know. Are we helping ourselves to make progress?
God will help us.
God will not help us because He's not going to come down and do anything for us. He has done everything that we needed.
No, what I mean is that for us,
yes,
we want to bring the back of the industry to help us explain some of these things.
Sentiment and emotions, sectionalism, tribalism will not allow all of this to work because we have thrown merit to the dustbin. Hey, now my brother did there, so here I must be the one to be there.
I know one person.
Yeah.
Who? Okay. Before we continue with that, let's observe a little break.
All right, thank you.
Good to be back again. I still have my guest with me on the program today, Gabriel.
Yeah.
And
Enemali.
You have this other name,
Yunusa. That's correct. Yunusa.
We were talking about the byproducts of just one product.
Yes.
One farm produce.
Yes, correct.
One. And we talk about cash crops and what?
Food crops.
Food crops.
Yes.
This product in particular happens to be both
food and cash crops. Absolutely.
That is great. And but we seem, I must say, in this country,
yes,
we seem to be missing out on great things that are inherent in this product.
Our policy is not good. I just came back from Ghana. Why? Sponsored program by the EU on cashew production, promotion, and value chain addition. Like I said before, cashew is divided into 3 benefits: the economic benefit, the health benefit, and the climate change mitigation benefit that attracts carbon credit. Now, what is this carbon credit? This is by the G8 country. Any small farmer or community that is planting so that we can, protect the environment, there is carbon credit that you attract to these farmers. I'm not sure our government is doing that. Now, let me break down the cashew apple. The cashew apple is used for cashew juice, cashew jam, cashew ethanol, cashew brandy, cashew whiskey. Sir, it's higher than all your whiskey that you're drinking outside. That's one aspect. Now, the nut shell and the kernel, the one you eat, that is in the bottle you see everywhere. That one again, you can use it for the kernel itself, spice it to whatever type you want. It could be garlic spice, salty, pepper, and so on and so forth. Then again, you have the cashew bread, cashew chin-chin, cashew shortcake, cashew yogurt. Now, let me blow your mind why cashew's price is not coming down. The Caribbean, America, and some other Western countries no longer take animal milk because of all the diseases.
Yes.
They now prefer to go to the organic one, which is cashew. They now drink cashew milk on the high price. We produce this locally, and we are just saying, give us more. So Nigeria is signatory to SDG goals.
Yes.
The 17 of them signatory,
goals, yes.
And the 36 plus FCT states have a focal office. 774 local government in Nigeria's desk officer. My question is, why are we not achieving these sustainable development goals at the rural community? Corruption. And for you to achieve this, you must make road accessible.
Yes. That is
Sir,
talking about the infrastructure that is required to get there in the first place.
Thank you very much.
We really handle the matter of infrastructure on a serious note here.
Sir, I challenge you in Abuja here.
Yes.
Abuja is the federal capital territory of Nigeria. The first 6 SDG goals, I can mention them to you. Number 1, poverty. 2, hunger. 3, good health and well-being. 4, quality education. 5, gender equality. 6, clean water and sanitation. I challenge you to tell me if Abuja has all of this.
I can't.
This is the federal capital territory. Does not have it. You think it's the village that they will think they will care for?
I can't say yes.
No, sir. You don't need to say yes, but that is the truth. That's the truth.
Oh my God.
That's the truth.
This is just. We are still talking about ordinary things that are basic rural things you can find in the rural areas. That's where we are.
Yes.
Because we are, people will tell us that Nigeria, that we are in a developed world, and that we are in a developing world, and that we are moving into not economic technology and all that. But we've just been told that fintech, rural communities have been sidelined in fintech boom. That is financial technology. The rural communities are not even considered when it comes to creating such things.
Sir, it's unfortunate that Nigeria itself is the problem of herself. And that is why anytime they start shouting, God, 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 I get angry. Because God, what do you want God to do for you? Now, the rural man doesn't actually care about what is happening here. He believes in that his seclusion. Just give him small school where his children can go. Give him health center. If they're having headache, he can go test his. Just give him solar street light. See, this thing, I just realized in the course of because I'm a community reporter, and in the course of this, I exposed a lot of things. Yeah, well, I ran into trouble with the government, but again, eventually I was vindicated when the United Nations came. Now there is a community where I did a report. Today they have a primary school. Today they have health center. Today they have water. Today they have solar street light, and they're trying to use it as a model so that they can transfer it. And all of them are happy. And that started with what you did. Absolutely. To expose some of those things that are lacking in such a place. You're correct. So why should, at this modern age in time, let me shock you something that actually baffled me. In one of my reports, the community, they go close to 6-7 miles to go and fetch water from the stream, and this water is not clean. And upon doing this report, a major general saw it and then put his friends together in the Nigerian army. They came and sunk a borehole there. Now, when they sunk the borehole and they were about to move their machines, all the community brought any little container. And I said, what are you doing? They said they want to fetch the water to keep in case it will finish. Oh, when they are gone, it would be finished. I said, no, it will not finish again. They said, are you sure? Oh, what a pity. As I speak with you, their hospital today has delivered close to 160 babies. Instead of all dying. Instead of going all the way to the city to get it done. Now today you need to see their health because of clean water they drink. So it is not much to do, not at all, but corruption will not allow us to do it. And that is why, have you seen what is happening in Kenya recently? Yes, we have seen it. We have discussed it. Good. That's why I was thinking, I said, if all these things, the way it is, you know, you said we should not call God. Yeah, I mean, what are you calling him for now? Tell you something. Even you said, calling my name is vain, no good. Just a minute. Yeah. So why I mentioned is that I think he is helping Nigeria a lot. Who? God. God is not. God has no day inside Nigeria. You know why I'm saying that? Yes. The most developed state in Nigeria. Develop how? That is, in any form, any sense of development, is Lagos State. Are you sure Lagos is developed? Yes, in every aspect. Lagos is the one that could be referred to, even in the economy. Yes. Is still number one. Remove all the headquarters of offices there, what happens to Lagos? Now, with all of them put together, yes, cholera has its highest base. And you said it's developed. That's what I'm saying. SDG goal number 6 talks about clean water and sanitation. Now, just hear me. What would we have done if this thing has gone into the hinterland? It would have been worse. Well, that's what I mean. It would have been worse. Because next to Lagos is Ogun State. The beautiful thing in the rural community, we know how to protect ourselves with our natural herbs given to us by God. When you people were shouting COVID, we were happy because we knew what to take. That is it. And we survived. Helping us. If not for this, what would they have been? And we survived. We were not even interested. Oh, you guys were even making noise. I would not even know what you're talking about. We knew what to go and plug and boil, and we take it. Now, why should Lagos, a whole Lagos should be affected with cholera? You see, corruption and lack of law and order is really damaging. It not really has damaged this country. Now, I stayed in Lagos for almost 30 years, okay? But I know how it works. Things don't work there. Everybody is jackpot anyhow. Okay. Our topic is commerce, industry, and the economy. And it is commerce that we just touched just a bit of it. Okay. So definitely, I must tell you that
we're not going to conclude this thing today.
Honestly, it's wide.
Because it's a wide thing.
It's very wide.
Now, look at industry. How much of industry, how much of the services of industries, let me put it that way, could can the people in rural areas get? How much of it can they get? Using the fact that you've been in there and out, you've been going and coming, and you see that is there any hope for industry in such areas, since they have the raw materials from what you're saying? But I know that there are some other enabling factors that are not available right now. But is there any hope for them to, for us to have industries, real good industries that can work and get out something beautiful for our people in such places?
We can do it if the government is serious. One, the local industry does not need all those gigantic modern factory you are talking about. All we are saying, macro processing industries. Macro, small, 12, 20 people, you give them in a cooperative form, you give it to them. For instance, you want to do cassava, you want to do oil palm, you want to do cashew processing, you want to do rice processing. I have a machine, there's a place in Ibaji. Ibaji has a total land size of 1,377 square kilometer. All the land is good for Ibaji.
Ibaji is in
Kogi State, a border town to Enugu and Anambra, and then the River Niger. Now, sir, a young man just got a machine. It's handy. As at that time, before our dollar, exchange rate became another thing. He bought it for 280,000 naira and gave it to 2 people. He said, manage this. What does it do? This processing machine processed. Once you parboil, it mills, it destone, it polish. The only thing it does not do is to bag.
Yes.
So can't we, what is wrong in getting all of this?
If it has done the 90% of the work, bagging is a small thing.
It's a small thing. So why is it that we cannot multiply this and take it to the rural communities?
So that one can produce about how many?
In 1 hour, it produces 1 hour, 300 kg.
My God.
Within an hour.
This is
and it does not consume fuel that much. So, sir, why shouldn't we? You see, it's a deliberate thing.
Yes.
Any
so
government that is deliberate,
you can use that to make things happen in the rural areas.
I'll give you an example. All the cashew products that I've mentioned to you, we produce them locally in our own way. We don't need to begin to come to Abuja. No. You see, that is the injustice done to the people at the rural community. They produce this thing in mass, take it to the city, and they make their money, abandon the rural community. So why don't we have to add value? So if the rural community is working, I don't need to come here. If there are, I'm getting my job done at the rural community, I don't need to come here. Yes, sir. And that is why, because the government is not deliberate in confronting the development of the rural community well, that's why I say everybody wants to come to the city. And the city, there's nothing to do. I challenge you, tell me the industry in Abuja here. In fact, sometimes I even ask myself, why am I coming here? Yes, because they deliberately put everything here so that you must be forced to come here. Whatever business you want to do, you must be forced to come here. So it is not good for us. There must be a deliberate attempt for the government, if they are sincere. Macro processing factory. I'll be in Cote d'Ivoire this month on the 20th. What are we doing? We're understudying how they are doing their own in small, in 20 people. They buy them machine, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, and they are processing cashew. In fact, there's a law in Cote d'Ivoire right now, even Ghana has adopted it, that 50% of their farm produce must be processed in their land.
You see?
50%. I challenge you today. Nobody knows the quantum of cashew that leaves the country, either through Port Harcourt or Lagos port,
and through other means
that
are not known.
And all raw nut. Okay, look at the disparity. A raw nut cashew per kg is 1,200. A kernel processed, semi-processed per kg is about 8,000 naira. Can you see the disparity?
And this is what can be done here.
Here. Here.
You know that if it's done here, it helps the economy.
Thank you very much. See, for every stages of cashew, you have value addition. From farm maintenance, you have value. People are involved. From harvest proper to warehouse to sorting, people are involved. To processing, people are involved. Now imagine the multiplier effect it would have caused.
Of the employment of those people.
Women and youth especially. So this is the challenge. We don't have a government that is deliberate. All we are talking English. We speak and my friend will say they're just speaking effective English that will not put food on the table. The man who is a Chinese, he wants to do, come, buy. How? 5, 2, and he has expressed himself. But here we go model the English, like saying that we even create the English, and that's why it's so effective that we are not even doing anything out of it. You understand?
Honestly, I don't know, but all the same, we'll get there.
When are we going to get there?
I believe that with the things happening, that we'll be able to get there. With people like you helping us to talk about this and coming over as we're doing, I believe that the ears that should hear are listening.
And the question is that do they even hear?
They will listen. They will hear.
When I was a young man, when they kept saying, not the young man, when I was a child from primary school, they were saying Nigeria go better, Nigeria go better, go better. I'm aging. Nigeria, we're still talking on better.
Well, foreign portfolio, foreign portfolio investments, they said they are set for 6-year high on macroeconomic reforms. Macroeconomic reforms. Does it mean that the things we hear concerning these investments and all that, they are not real?
If they are real, where are they? No, if you ask me, they are not. If they are real, where? And that's why we keep saying effective English.
Yes.
If they are real, where are they? And we took a deliberate attempt on ourselves to make sure that we capture real farmers, not political portfolio farmers. And then they said, we're trying to create trouble for them. The politicians were, I said, no, sir. This cannot continue. My father is or was a farmer. My grandfather was a farmer. I'm also a farmer. So we should identify those who are the real farmers. Don't bring money and say you have given to, the last time during COVID-19, when people are not going out, right before our ears and eyes, we were told that children are being fed in the school. Which school?
I wonder.
And nothing happened. Can you see? No reward for anything. No consequences for breaking the law. You came out and lied publicly against Nigerians and nothing happened.
Well, we will still get there.
Okay.
I believe it. That with the efforts being put in place to achieve results, that we will get there. I hope we will get there. That is my hope. I hope we will get there. Because looking at the way and the trends at which these things flow, the hope is still far away anyway. Though
and you're still hoping.
Though we have been told that we have renewed hope at a time like this.
Sorry, sir. Let me. In fact, that thing annoys me anytime I hear it. We say renewed hope. For you to renew your driver's license, it must be you had it, isn't it?
Yes.
Now it is when it's getting expired that you go and renew it.
Yes,
now, where is the hope itself that is expiring that we are renewing it? Can you see this deception again?
Yes.
So this is exactly what I'm saying.
No, there was hope some time ago under Passenger. We were talking about hope. So maybe that's why they are now is now being renewed. The hope is now being renewed. We hope so. Well, as we are going on, we will still have other things to share because it all has to do with what will enable the economy become better. That is the main purpose for this. I know that these products, there are so many bits of them that are wasted. In fact, I don't know what is. There are tons of products that are being wasted all over the nation. But especially, I remember that I've seen it in Kogi State effectively. I've seen it in Enugu State effectively. And these are the two major states I've seen some of these raw things. Then I've also seen in Benue State that we have these things. But then, coming up north, there are producers of... okay, let's observe a break. We will return and we'll talk about the products that are being manufactured in different areas or produced naturally from these areas and how they can help lift the economy, even as we're after lifting our economy. We'll be back. We'll stay here. I am still with Enemali, Gabriel, and Yunusa.
Yunusa.
Yes, and we will discuss further. there are other products, as I was mentioning. We have garlic, we have ginger, we have turmeric, and all that. And these products are cash crops that can lift any economy.
Very, very correct. Absolutely correct.
Effectively handled. Now, looking at these products, what have you got to say about the way we are seeing some of them today getting to be to deteriorate, really?
The 3 products or farm produce you've just mentioned grows anywhere. I grow them on my farm. Ginger, garlic, turmeric, right? I grow them under, in fact, they like under cashew, for instance.
Okay.
They are, you know, garlic, ginger, turmeric, pineapple, you know, they are good under cashew.
Okay.
Now, sir, the problem number 1, again, like I said, infrastructure. Tomato, cashew apple, mango, orange. Sir, you need to see wastage on the road. Now, if we have a good infrastructure, a warehouse, for instance, a warehouse that stores wastage, do you think all of this thing will go damaged?
No.
What happens to our Ministry of Agriculture? What happens to them across the states? They are not working, they are not doing anything. Rather, they collect salary and move. And that is why you see them, they are always agitating for salary increase. For what? What we do at the rural community, they can't compare it to us. So, sir, number 1, infrastructure, where all of this perishable good can be taken care of. You can convert ginger to ginger drink. You can convert ginger and add it to garlic or turmeric as a drink.
Yes.
There are spices, and I mean, there are spices, and they are healthy for our well-being.
They are medicinal.
They are also medicinal. So you can see the difference in different benefits from all of these products, produce. So our problem is that, like I said, a government, if it wants to succeed, must first be deliberate. 2, we must fight this thing called corruption head on, and law and order has to be in place.
With security in place,
and then security too. I remember Coach Wella said that if we don't fight this corruption will come fighting back. And why is it fighting back? Because those who committed these offenses are not punished. Rather, they are even celebrated. So the man who is standing by, he looks at A, B, C, D, commit offense, no punishment. He is also willing to do his own. Just here in Abuja, you see how people beat traffic light. Even officials in government blowing siren, they will break the traffic light. Then you say the taxi man follow, you are fighting him. Why? So that means the law for some people is good and others is not good. Come on.
That is a story for another day.
So these are some of the, so we must deliberately find a solution and fight it head on. You see, there's a place called the Carnival, go and see wastage of mango and orange. You will weep.
That reminds me, some years back, I went for a coverage of one program. It was a visit of top government officials then. One of them went to Enugu State, and we were there. And I got to a place in, I think it's supposed to be Uzo 1 in the local government area or something like that. Oh my God. I saw mangoes because it was about this season, you know. I saw mangoes everywhere on the road, in every compound. There were mango trees with very ripe mangoes all around them. At a stage, I had to ask a question. I asked, why is it that you have all these mangoes like this and it doesn't seem to be that people are doing anything? You know what they told me? There is nothing else we know we can do. What we know is at the market day, we carry and take to markets in other communities, not here, because everybody has it in abundance in their community. You know what they told me? You have a car, you came with your vehicle. Pack as much as you can and put in the boot of your vehicle and go home.
Simple.
With it.
It's not just there. Sir, if you see the wastage, what we throw away from cashew, mango, tomato,
oranges,
orange, you will weep for this country.
And so in actual fact, now that we have problem with tomatoes,
yes,
if all those ones that were wasted had been
preserved,
yes, put in the
will there be problem?
Preserved, it would have helped, gone a long way in helping to see that our economy remains viable. So in actual fact, it is a matter of carelessness on the part of the people in authority who should help get these things enable people safeguard the products they have, not doing anything.
You say I should produce as a farmer. I have produced. I have done my own.
You
say you are in government to help me make this thing better. You refused. How can we make progress? Now, I have been hearing of mechanized farming. Anytime I hear it, I feel like beating people.
Don't beat too.
Because at the end of the day, where is this money? Sir, let me shock you this. I challenge you to find this. Tell me one Ministry of Agriculture that has a demonstration farm in Nigeria. Ministry of Agriculture. They are supposed to be custodian of agriculture.
Yes.
Tell me one that has a demonstration farm of any product.
Well, you have heard. You in the ministry, you are watching and you have seen. Begin now, because start today to organize things that will enable us to have what he has mentioned, demonstration farms, which would have helped a whole lot. When you bring these things and they are there, they will help people to get to have. I remember many years back, many years back when I was a kid, there was this Ministry of Agriculture then, that they had the agric farm.
That's where they train extension farmers.
Yes.
They pull out to go and train the farmers in the right practices of planting any farm produce.
I remember that different fruits were produced by them and so marketed by them, sold by them to the people.
At the point there was this agri show.
Yes, there were agri shows around then. But today, instead of getting better, we're dwindling. Well, I believe that the Ministry of Agriculture, which we are working towards bringing to help us talk here one of these days, would take note of these things, and even the minister and whoever that is working with them to help to see that these things happen. Because
I'll be glad any day you are bringing them so that I can sit one side by side.
Okay.
The first thing I'm going to ask them is, what policy of agriculture do they have that is practically executed?
Yes. Finally, because we're about to leave here, we'll talk about what do you call it? Fertilizer.
Yeah.
The fertilizer, when people do not know how to make use of fertilizers could destroy what they have in their products. And when some produce and use the fertilizers but not use them correctly, there will be problem. But even at that, it's getting difficult to get these fertilizers, the ones that are saying bringing bags of fertilizers and on, apart from the organic one that you get by yourself to help yourself. How easy is it to achieve that?
I mean, you see, Nigeria is like a theater. You know, where you come and watch film, you finish one, you see another one. It's just that's what you see. A fertilizer, well, first of all, every rural community has bad roads. So how does the fertilizer even get to them in the first place? I mean, taking fertilizer to the rural community, if they tell you they have been doing it, they'll be lying. Roads are bad. The man would prefer to just farm here this year, allow it for some time, go back to another place, so that's how they've been rotating, and they're doing fantastically well.
Farming.
Yeah.
So to help the land, the land to retain the.
Absolutely. The land does not die.
Yes.
It's bad practice that kills the land. And that is why we're training farmers on afforestation. You know, you farm here for some time. Even while you are farming, you see the way we farm it is the new technology. I just finished the training and I'm back to see how we can also train our farmers so that there will be no food crisis. Like I said, all of this thing has to do with the government. Everything starts and ends on the table of the government. Because if there's no insecurity, how can you even take the fertilizer there? I remember a few days ago, a truck of load of urea, they hijacked it on the way. These hoodlums hijacked it and stole them. So if the farming community is working, would you see any hoodlums on the road?
No, they won't be there.
They'll be on the farm. Go to Gwagwalada or Zuba. Go and see number of youths doing nothing. Because
there seems to be no future. That is
in fact, one of the conductor, he finished from COE, and we were talking. He now saw a road safety price or hop. This one way hungry go kill them. And I said, why? He said they offered him the job, he rejected it. That his salary they're going to pay him is 52,000 naira, and in a day he makes 52,000 naira here. Yes.
So there will be no need for him to go
There's
there.
no point. He finished from CAE here in Abuja here. And he said, no, there's no point going to accept such work. That if his salary is 52, in this modern age and time,
yes,
and this same 52, he makes it in a day. What's he going to do? And that's why if you tell some people go to school, they tell them a scam. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much,
thank you very
Gabriel
much.
Enemali.
Yeah.
Sir.
That's correct.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much.
And we have something more to talk about. Tomatoes and all that.
More, so
a
much.
lot more, even more on this fertilizer matter. But looking at our time, we will not be able to handle all that. So I would right away advocate that you return. This one becomes part 1, and when we come, we'll do part 2.
No problem.
And then with another guest that will be with you.
Please.
So we'll now make it a much more communicative thing. And that way, see how it will get to reach the government and all concerned. Because it's a painful thing to see someone go to the farm, produce things, and at the end of the day, the whole thing will be wasted because there is no way to keep them together.
Let me give you a simple pain the farmers have been going since 2020 COVID-19 lockdown.
Okay.
It started at the verge where harvest of cashew and other farm produce started. Now, the borders were closed, right? Buyers did not come in, no going out. Market were not in existence, and everybody to the farmers were left alone.
Yes.
And then suddenly we are hearing that there's going to be palliative, which never,
got to you people.
Get to anybody. Now, a bag of cashew that was sold for 40,000 was sold for 6,000. I sold my own.
Oh.
Since that day till today, no farmer is out of debt. No farmer. We finished from that one. They said cashless. We suffer through the. Of course, it's not one. Everybody suffer. You know the beautiful thing. Despite the fact they are not doing. They suffer.
They are going through one.
Then they suffer.
They are going through pains.
Then they suffer because 1 million. Thank God, what is happening in Nigeria now?
Yes.
You carry 1 million. Go to the market. What's he going to buy? So you are a minister. 1 million naira cannot buy you anything. And you are afraid to come to the people.
Yes.
So that means power actually belongs to the people. So why don't you do the right thing so that you can stay with them?
Well, do the right thing so that we'll be able to enjoy your company and you enjoy our company as people who are correct citizens of a nation, working, earning, right, and enjoying our lives together. Well, we will continue with this, as I said, but we will return next week. Not really next week, next edition of this program.
This
is Monday. By Wednesday, we'll be able to return and to talk about about this and more.
I mean, anytime, any day, I'll be available.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. Thank you. It's a big pleasure having you.
Appreciate it.
That's the way it is for today. We have a lot more to share, but as we return on Wednesday, we'll continue from where we have stopped today. Thank you for giving us, investing your time with us, and I know that the dividend will be great at the end of the day. Okechukwu Onubogu here saying, God bless you real good, and may He keep you sound and strong till we meet again on Wednesday on the program, The Economy Today. Bye for now.